So we're on the last joint. What have we learned?
A lot.
It is a really cold day in the shop. Had a little scare with the furnace this morning. The old heat pump wanted to give up somewhere around 15 degrees. That's not what today's video is about. So today, Mike from TMR Motorsports is headed over. He's gonna brave the snow. His kids are gonna play with my kids out in the snow. I don't know, for those of you that don't know, Mike is my cousin, and we've been building projects together for a long time. He is working on, I actually don't know what year it is. I'm gonna say maybe like a 1988 Suzuki Samurai. Been in his family for a long time. He's had it for, I think, 4 years. Now he's in the process of putting a lift kit on it. It had been stock for a long time, like 28-inch tires, and he wants to make more of a trail toy out of it. So I think the step he's at, you can go check out his channel. He's starting to make a bunch of videos on how that all works. And he is, yeah, so anyway, he's headed over today. We're gonna use my small, 10-ton Harbor Freight press, and he's gonna put together the U-joints. And we'll see how that goes. But anyway, here we go.
Hey, Mike. Suzuki chat.
So I've actually never done U-joints, so you're gonna be teaching me today. So let's go over, Mike. What are we doing here?
Well, we're gonna press some new U-joints in. And try not to screw up the caps when we do it.
Is there anything special about the ones you bought?
These are just Toyo factory Suzuki, but they're HD replacements.
But greasable.
Yes.
So they still have the grease.
Actually, the factory Suzuki ones are greasable too.
Yeah.
But
So it's funny, on the Jeeps, on the 1310 Spicer joints, the upgrade is non-greasable because they're stronger without the hole.
yeah. Yeah, but they have, I think the grease fittings is on the side on them, isn't it?
Yeah. It's not. No, it's definitely not on the end cap.
Yeah, these are on the end cap, so you don't lose any strength with them.
So how many? Is this just one joint at each end, or is this any of those fancy like double cardin?
Nope, these are just straight up normal drive shafts.
And does it matter where the grease port is?
Oh, let's hope not.
Okay. So now I was telling a little bit. Is yours a 1988?
Yeah, 88.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah. You are lifting it. I told him that. But so these are the stock drive shafts, but you're going to try to get away with it with spacers. So you got like a drive flange on each end, right?
Yeah, so these come kind of like the replacement drive shafts you can get for the Jeeps through
Wait, there's like Tom Woods.
Tom Woods drive shafts. Come with flanges on either side. So these you can get machined billet spacers up to 1 inch. So I can actually get 2 inches of drive shaft length.
Okay.
So
this is sort of the most economical way to get you running, and then if we have driveline vibrations, we'll deal with that at that point.
yeah, I mean this is my front shaft, which is the longest one. So I'm not really anticipating
Yeah.
too many vibrations on this.
Right, and you're not trying to go highway speeds necessarily, so.
It didn't do highway speeds from the factory, so.
Oh, what, 55 horsepower?
But yeah, I mean they already come Suzuki stock transfer cases, the same as Toyota in this year, so they don't have slip yokes on the transfer cases.
All right, so it's slip yoke on front and rear.
Front and rear, yep.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yep.
So does the interweb say you should be able to get away with this?
Yeah, actually, with this kit, running it the way I am, I don't even know if I'm going to actually need the spacers because there's enough spline here
They'll just extend.
to compensate, but I kind of want them so we have, it's going to be pretty flexy till it's finished, so.
All right, good deal.
Yeah.
So what's the first step here now that you...
Well, let's get some sockets that fit these U-joints.
Oh, precision socket press tools. Okay. You want to, I can give you some calipers if you want to measure. All right. So it looks like either, what is it, Mike, an 18 mil or 11/16 is the sockets we're using.
Yeah, just something to fit through the hole like that so you can press on the cap.
As is the way we do it, the book would tell you you have to have a precision, not hardened steel press tool.
Probably a Suzuki tool or something to do this.
Yeah, so if you want to do it that way, that's on you. We're going to take a gamble today. Actually, if the socket explodes, I think we're doing something wrong to begin with here. Okay, so you put it in and the cap goes from the outside.
Yeah.
Somehow I've never blown any of these up.
There's actually a C-clip channel on these the whole way around too.
Okay.
Which I don't know if every manufacturer does that or not.
So you wiggle it, make sure it's not binding.
It's binding on something. We're pressed together on the caps. Now we need to, I guess, hold this. We do need a socket that's a little wider so we can.
So you need one to clear, huh? Here, is that the right size joint?
Yeah, it is. We just gotta press it.
So, it goes down farther in because of where the snap.
So what we'll do is put the snap ring in and press it into the snap ring on this side. Then we can press this the rest of the way and get the snap ring on this side.
Cool.
And we can do the other side.
Good deal. So everything is going exactly as you planned.
Sure.
When do we get to the part it explodes?
You have the snap ring pliers.
Yeah. Warren likes to dig in the dirt with them, so let's see what condition they're in.
Actually, a pair of regular pliers will work with these snap rings.
Look at the extra dirt, Mike.
Oh, nice.
I see it.
I blew in my U-joint before I ever took it off-road.
You see, I've worked around Mike enough to know that you gotta put the maximum safety squint protection on. I don't know what happened to all my other safety glasses.
Yeah, let's take that grease fitting out.
Top right is smallest sockets if you want those.
Yes.
All right, so what did taking the grease fitting out do for you?
It gave me enough room to get that spring compressed in there.
All right.
I just need to seat it. Yeah, just like they intended it to be. I can put this guy back in there. Maybe.
I mean, if you leave it out for now, you don't have to worry about keeping it up off the bottom. So you can just press flat.
That is true. Just want to make sure it goes in though.
You get to choose one, grease or C-clip.
Yeah. They sent a smaller C-clip in that pack.
Oh yeah, maybe there's two different ones.
No.
Out there, all the same.
All the same.
So is the other side identical as well?
Yeah. Well, let's press it in.
I think what you could do is grind some off with like a Dremel after it's in.
Yeah, let's press it in. Maybe if anything we can... Maybe we can bend that some?
Normally there's spring steel, so I'd be surprised. Maybe we can break it.
Well, let's press it in. It's not gonna hurt to have it in.
Just send it home and then we'll figure it out.
Alright. It's
We need to make a handle for that. I don't know how to do it yet.
it works much better than my press. I don't have a press at the moment.
We could have used the 200 ton at work. It's scary.
Okay.
Did it feel weird?
No, we went in good. And we're seated. So we'll just put a C-clip on this side now and
That easy.
Figure out how to fix our problem with the other one then.
I only agreed to help you get them in. That's your problem.
I was sloppy with my poor 15.
It's 415.
Rust protective coating.
It's paint.
It's paint, yeah.
You used to be able to only get it like direct, but not. Actually, sold at it. Advanced Auto, I think, sells it now.
I actually think, and you can get it from, I think Tractor Supply carries it now too.
Yeah. Yeah, we've been using 415 since 2004. So we do have a 53 Dodge that we painted the whole frame with 415, and that's never made it out of my dad's barn, but it is still holding up well. Used a lot of Eastwood products too, but
Yeah, well, I had a Ranger that I used the Eastwood products on. That worked really well. All right, let's try to.
is it like sort of wanting to start?
It goes. It's just. I see why the factory ones ran a different C-clip on this. I like these C-clips because they're better at retaining it.
Do you have little slitting wheels for your Dremel at home?
I do. I should be able to get it in there though.
I feel like the grease fitting is going to make it physically impossible for that clip to come out. So if you could get it in, it's kind of a good thing.
It's like a locking tab.
Special feature. You're tweaking.
I wonder if we can use a pair of Nipex and just cut the ends of those off a little bit.
That would be perfect if we had Nipex. I don't even know what that is. Squinting hard.
Nope.
Don't worry, it's only like 180 KSI springs too.
Spring steel's harder than copper wire. Is that what you're saying, Dan?
Use my nice wire strippers there, then I'll never cut copper again.
Okay, we're not cutting through that.
Yeah, see if you can ruin all three.
Let's try this way again. Threads in so nice without that circle up there.
I don't think so. Let me see if I can find what I got for my Dremel. Just to give a little snug.
All right.
All right, let's try this. So the camera didn't work, but we did figure out we can trim the tails on the C-clips with a Dremel. And that allows us to install it. Anyway, I trip over my bumper. All right. So hopefully show you guys up close here. So just trimmed off the tails of those so that way they clear the grease fitting, which Mike can show you here. So that's the grease fitting we're trying to clear.
Yep.
So Mike, you were saying that these U-joints are the same ones, same brand that Suzuki would have ran.
Yeah, they're the Toyo Seiko, I guess how you say it. Universal. So these actually come out of Japan.
It says right there on the box. And you picked them up off eBay, right?
I got them off eBay, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting that it didn't work with that, because the C-clips came with the universal joint, so they would have known it was paired with that grease fitting.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we can figure it out.
But like I said, the original factory ones had a smaller C-clip on just that one. Did you cut both sides of those C-clips?
I did.
This one's a little big.
Oh, and it wasn't quite sure. Maybe a little more off.
Just that one side.
Well, here, try, see if either of those work, and then I'll trim it more.
Maybe that won't work. Yeah, the original ones ran like a real thin, small. I like these bigger clips.
It seems like modifying parts is just kind of part of the game when you're working on older stuff.
Yeah.
Nice. So are there any seals you have to rebuild around that spline or no?
I have a new like boot that goes on there, but it actually didn't run any type of seal. Or mine was just missing air. Perfect. Alrighty.
Alright, so just put the clips in. So, yeah, once you get one figured out, it's kind of simple. Just go through the process. Definitely a lot easier with a press. I think, Mike, you did them for a lot of years just with like a
Hammer.
hammer or a vise like this.
Yeah, hammer and a vise. But that kind of beats your new U-joints up putting them in.
Yeah. I think I've seen people do it with like ball joint presses too.
They make a U-joint adapter, yeah, for a ball joint press, but that's kind of bulky.
Yeah.
If you have a nice couple ton press, they work really well.
Were they tough to get apart? The old
Yeah, they were really seized up. I actually air hammered most of these out.
35-year-old, so yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm pretty sure they were original based on the condition that they were in. So, no, but these will work nice. I'll get these little drive shafts touched up and we can measure for some spacers and get them ordered then.
Yeah, good deal. All right, well, we'll knock out these other ones and we'll be back in a minute here and show you what we have. So tell me about what problem you ran into.
It's not seating the whole way.
Does it rock back and forth?
No.
So
I mean, it moves this way, but it won't push in.
How much load do you have on it?
I don't know. Not that much. There's no gauge on there. Maybe we'll pull that C-clip out and see if there's... I guess there's no pressure. It's squirt out of here. Wheel. Press it back apart. Let's see what's going on.
All right, so we're trying to come back apart, see what this, if there's any reason inside that this wouldn't go in.
And we have a needle that fell out.
Nice. So our guess was probably right. Did it hurt anything?
Nah, it just fell out. We're good.
Yeah, so those are actually needle bearings in there, in case anybody didn't know. I've seen some of the manufacturers are making ones that are even thicker that have no needle bearings for like off-road use only.
You can get brass cap ones too, like with brass bushings in them. I don't know how well those would work though.
I think on like a rock crawler or something, that'd be fine.
I like your handle you made.
Yeah. That's extra. You have to go to a whole different island of Harbor Freight to get that to work. There we go. So much smoother. That's probably why I was trying to go in crooked too, you know?
Probably.
The needle was just on one
I
side.
was just smashing a needle against it.
Do you have your snap ring in the bottom?
No, I gotta do that now. Yeah, look at that. How should have looked the first time.
Just think about how many people would have just like rammed that home. 10,000 pounds or 20,000 pounds, whatever it is.
Blown the bottom of the cap out.
And run it.
Say we're building this to last, but we're really only building it to last till we put Dana 60s in it, so.
Oh. And a few other motor transmission. It's gonna run fine. Mike has a desire to have a Suzuki Samurai on Dana 60s, and it's a lot of fun in its current form. But the axles would weigh more than the rest of the body.
Dan thinks that would be a problem. I don't.
Perfect.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Alright, so we're on the last joint. What have we learned?
A lot.
Break it down for us here.
So the needle bearings kept falling out. We were having a lot of issues with that.
So was it just like one needle from each one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They get cocked like this one's doing here. And then you have to fight with them a little bit to get them straight, and they make the needle bearings want to pop out.
So we were getting within like 60 thou, millimeter or so. It just wouldn't seat down, and you gotta take them apart. The second time they go in, they seem like they go in well enough to not mess it up. Mike decided to do the longest shaft last here, so. A little bit more of a balancing act. So you're still going together with this
I'm still going together with this one. Yeah.
So just checking to see if it rotates as it goes.
Yeah. Back up again.
A lot of feel involved in this. Success?
Yeah, let's just press that a little bit to make sure it's in. It was sloppy with some of my painting. Yes, so I made this job harder. Painting these after would have probably been a better idea.
So that's what I did on the XJ, but I didn't rebuild them. So I'm really nervous that when I do rebuild it, they're gonna be like, because they were rusted, and I cleaned the rust and painted them. I feel like I glued them in. So you're pressing that down with the clip in there?
Just to make sure it's seated.
Yeah.
Rather not lose a U-joint on trail, if we can avoid it.
Yeah.
Perfect.
All right. That just goes right on top.
And then we got new seals to go in here, and new greasable fitting here, and then they'll be all done.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Any closing remarks?
No. Let's go in where it's warm.
Good deal.